My ultimate goal was to beat this backlog, and so far I would say that the backlog is winning. Setting ourselves goals and keeping ourselves accountable with them is a really important part of personal development and growth, which is also kind of why I disappeared for 2.5 years, because that's not one of my strong points. However, I'm back and I'm proud to say I have hit 55% trophy completion. Yay! Hello trophy hunters, Tanya here, and welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. I'd like to say that I was off doing something really cool and interesting while I've been gone, but that would be a lie. I'm going to be totally honest, life just gets in the way, and that's just how it is sometimes. But I'm at a point now where I am able to prioritise things a little bit differently, and YouTube's one of the things I want to prioritise this year because it's fun. When I was last with you guys, I made a video on my trophy goals for the end of 2022, and shock horror, it took me 2 years to finish them, and I'll be completely real, I don't think I've done any of the games that I said I was going to complete from my backlog. But I mean, these things happen, I guess. But in that spirit, I thought what better way to start my return to YouTube with a list of my trophy goals for 2025. Because although it is the end of January, I assume everyone is still just as invested in New Year, New Me content as you were at the start of the month, right? Wrong. Nobody has ever been interested in that type of content, but go off, I guess. The good news is I don't actually have that many gaming goals for 2025. As we've already clearly established, I'm not very good at setting goals for myself or for reaching them, especially when it comes to my hobbies. And gaming is a hobby for me. I've already got a full-time job. I don't need to turn this into another one. And, towards the end of 2022, that's kind of what I was doing. Like, I was on that gaming grind and I didn't want to be. I found that the goals I was setting myself were stopping me from playing the things I wanted to play or for playing in the way that I wanted to play. And that just kind of ruined the experience. So I don't really want to do that anymore. So my goals in this video are probably going to seem a lot more flexible, and that's just what works for me. As for boosting my completion percentage, that is absolutely still a goal. But I know who I am as a person and I don't want to set myself a number or a time frame for it. So obviously the next big milestone for completion for me is going to be 60%. I am close to 56% just now, but it took me 2 years to reach 55 from 54. And realistically, I'm not going to hit 60% in like the next 5 years. So it's an ongoing battle at this point. I've accepted it. It is just what it is. I only really have 2 trophy goals this year. The first one is well in hand, but that is to earn 7,000 trophies on my PSN account. So fun little tangent I'm just about to take you on. My PSN actually turns 10 on the 9th of October this year, and I'm really excited for that. This is a big anniversary, so hitting a big trophy milestone this year is definitely going to be nice, and it's going to kind of tie in with the excitement of 10 years. I do think I am going to hit 7,000 way before the anniversary though, just because I'm pretty close to it. As I said, well in hand, not stressed. At the moment, I think I'm 6.8, closer to 6.9 than 6.8. So I think, by midpoint this year, I should have it. But for the 10-year anniversary, I kind of want to do something fun just because, 10 years in itself is a milestone. So I've been dabbling with the idea of platinuming my very first game on the 10-year anniversary. So my first game was the first Uncharted game, and I had a really good time with it, but it's also a Naughty Dog game and they have horrible difficulty trophies. And I don't know if I have it in me to do, crushing, brutal, whatever the most hardcore one is, because I don't like difficulty, So if you have any tips for Uncharted, please leave them down below, because it would be really cool to platinum that on my 10-year anniversary. Yeah, not really a trophy goal, bit of a fun tangent. But yeah, 7,000 trophies is my first trophy goal. The main trophy goal for this year though is to hit 125 platinums. When I last checked in with you on Platinum Milestones, I had just hit 75, and that was in the Platinum Chernobylite. which I also have a really cool video on if you want to see. I'll link it down below because we love self-promotion. Yeah, I hit 75. Last year I hit a 100, which was a really exciting milestone. I think I hit that in May last year. I would need to double check, but I'm sure it was May. And I picked Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth for my 100th just because I really got into that franchise. So yeah, that was my 100th platinum, really fun. And since then I've just, I've picked up the pace with my gaming and I am now sitting at 112 platinums. So 125 by the end of December is entirely doable. It's basically just one a month and I can pretty much always do one a month. So I'm excited for it. Hitting another trophy milestone like that basically a year after, exciting. Yeah, 7,000 trophies, 125 platinums, possibly Uncharted platinum, question mark. Big year for trophies. If we move into sort of more general gaming goals now, towards the end of last year, I actually picked myself up this little bad boy. I don't know if you can see it properly because it's got quite a reflective cover on it and it's probably covered in my fingerprints and gross. But I got myself the anniversary PlayStation Portal. And I was on the fence about the Portal for a while. I wasn't really sure if it was for me, how much I would use it. And just when the anniversary collection was announced, I had literally just bought myself the limited edition Astrobot controller. So although I loved the anniversary controller and that was going to be my first pick, I don't need 4 PlayStation controllers because, I've already got the white one that came with it, I've got a pink one, and now I've got Astrobot. So I didn't need the anniversary one and I wouldn't use it. So I decided to go for the Portal instead. I decided to take the plunge on that one. I do kind of have mixed views on the Portal. I had a lot of issues with it to start and, had to troubleshoot a lot of things. I finally got to the point where the Portal runs nicely for me and I can play games in it. And now that I have kind of got past the teething issues, I do really enjoy my Portal. Which brings me on to my goal for this year with it, is I would like to complete one game start to finish on the Portal. And I would also like to earn a platinum on the Portal just because, I've got it working now. I want to make the most of it and I think that's a really fun way of doing it. While there's not really any games releasing in 2025 that's on my radar, I was lucky enough to get some games for Christmas that have made it onto my 2025 gaming goal list. Now, with these games, I am not going to set out to platinum all of them, or not platinum all of them this year. I basically just want to make sure I can experience the story for all of these games this year, rather than setting myself the goal to platinum them all, just because I might not make it this year. So some of these games are quite big and I know they're going to be a hefty undertaking, and there's just a lot of other games I want to play this year. So yeah, I just want to be a bit more mindful with the goals that I'm setting. So this is simply to play these games this year. And these are the games I was lucky enough to get. And the thing that's quite fun is I've got one for each platform. So that's going to be, a nice reason to dabble with the Vita, with the PlayStation 3, that kind of thing. So the first game I'm actually playing at the moment is on the Vita, and that is Persona 4 Dancing All Night. So I actually asked for the Japanese version for Christmas, just because that was the most affordable and readily available version. So the English version is close to £70 and it's really hard to find, whereas there is a lot of places that are selling the Japanese version for around 40, and that just seemed a lot more palatable for me. And I stupidly assumed you would be able to change the text language from the Japanese version into English. I didn't think they would have a dub, but I did think I would be able to change the text language. Spoilers, you can't. So if anyone else is thinking about getting the Japanese version of a game, just be warned, you cannot change the text language. So for this one, it's a little bit sad because Persona 4 is the only Persona game I've played, and Persona 4 Dancing All Night is the only Persona dancing game which has a story mode. So as much as I loved the other Persona dancing games, I was playing that just for the music. Whereas this one, I feel like I would have enjoyed the story mode on this one. So I am still kind of considering getting the English version at some point. But, you know, I'm still having a good time with the Japanese version. It's still a vibe regardless. And yeah, that's Persona 4 Dancing. Next on the list is Fallout New Vegas on the PlayStation 3. So Fallout is one of my all-time favourite game franchises, and I have platinumed most of the Fallout games. The only one I'm still working on at the moment is Fallout Shelter, but Fallout New Vegas is the only Fallout that I've never finished the story mode on. So I've had Fallout New Vegas for years on multiple different platforms, and every time I've tried to play, I've had a different game-breaking bug, or I've saved myself into a corner and would have ended up losing hours upon hours of progress. So, you know, over the years, it's just been abandoned more times than any other game, but it is on my list to finish. So I was very lucky to get it for Christmas, and I really do want to platinum this one at some point. This one I might try and do a platinum push on this year because it would be nice to get a Fallout platinum, but we'll see because I think it's going to be a hefty undertaking. On my PlayStation 4 list, we have got Nier Automata, and myself and my friends did a sort of nerdy gaming Secret Santa last year, and it was a lot of fun, and I do hope we do it again next year. And the way we did it is once we drew our Secret Santas, we all did like a little wish list of games that we would like. We set ourselves a limit of £20 and, you know, everyone would get a little game delivered. And this was on my wish list, and this has been on my wish list for a very long time, so I'm really excited that I finally got it. This one I don't think I'm going to platinum push this year, but I would like to at least do the story mode on it. And then finally, we have got the PlayStation 5 game, and that is Silent Hill 2. I'm really excited for this one as well, and that one I've heard really good things about. I have never played a Silent Hill game before, and I have seen a Silent Hill film, but I can't remember which one I've seen. But yeah, really excited for the game. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I'm excited to jump in. This one I think you need a lot of playthroughs on, so I'm probably not going to push for the platinum this year, but we'll see how into it I get. You know, I might. But yeah, really excited to get into that one. And that is pretty much it for my 2025 gaming goals. I've not set myself anything unattainable this year, but the ones I have set have been super fun. Do you have any gaming goals for this year? Let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and it is great to be back. So I will catch you all in the very next video. Bye!